Okay, so welcome. This session is titled From Novice to Expert, Strategies for Faculty Support and Collaboration. Please join me in welcoming your presenters who will now introduce themselves and begin the presentation.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon to everyone on the East Coast. All right, so we're going to start out with quick introductions of who we are. And like Julian said, if you have questions throughout the presentation, please put them in the Q&A. We will have an opportunity for everyone to participate toward the end of the presentation. And my colleague, Deborah George, is going to be monitoring the Q&A chat area. So my name is Michelle Dang. I am a professor in nursing at Sacramento State here in California. And I do want to say that if you see me sneeze or cough, it's allergies. I'm pretty sure I don't have COVID, but I am self-isolating just in case. So how I got started into this, actually, this is the first year I'm co-leading our quality assurance team at Sac State. I've been a mentor and a big fan of QM for several years. I started out as a nurse in the hospitals, like most nursing faculty, and then got into teaching really by accident, just substituting one day and loved it, and then got recruited to teach full time. In terms of the transition to online teaching, the Institute of Medicine came out in 2010 with a report that was really, a breakthrough in terms of our profession, where they encouraged that most nurses should have a bachelor's degree or higher to practice. There are many entry levels to nursing. One of them is associate degree, which is very common. And what that created was a critical shortage of courses or pathway for nurses to get their baccalaureate degrees. And that's where online education comes in, where nurses can work and go back to school and complete their degree. So that's how I got involved in it. Our institution has an RN to BSN program, and all of our courses are hybrid, with most of them being offered asynchronously online. So that's a little bit about me. So I'm going to go ahead and hand over to Deborah George to introduce herself.
Hello, virtual attendees. My name is Deborah George. I'm an instructional design strategist at the College of Continuing Education at Sacramento State. I'm also an instructor in a fully online master's degree program and a QM peer reviewer. Corinne?
Hey, I'll go next. My name's Corinne Rowland. I work at Sac State in the Information Resources and Technology division, and I'm an accessibility and instructional technology consultant. And I specialize in accessibility specifically with instructional material. I also co-lecture with Debbie and in the Masters of Educational Technology, the IMET program at Sac State, and I'm also a QA mentor as well.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Mark Rodriguez, professor in the College of Education. Been involved with quality assurance on campus for since 2014. I'm actually retired, but working half-time, and I've been at Sac State for about 20 years, and I'm currently coordinator of the Masters in Educational Technology called IMET.
Right, thank you for the introductions to my team. So these are the objectives that we're going to be covering today. And I just want to let you know that we're going to start out with some of the background of our institution to give you some context of who we are and why we do the things we do, because I know we all come from different places with different needs and challenges. So we hope to hear from you at the end. But we're going to share with you some of the things that we've done that we think are helping our colleagues in terms of enhancing their effectiveness in teaching online, and also looking at our readiness and where we're at, what we're currently doing, and where we're hoping to be in the future. So I'm going to hand over to Mark. He's going to cover the next few slides to discuss a little bit about Sac State.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. So at Sac State, we've been involved with the California State University system called the Chancellor's Office. Since 2014, in working with them to develop quality assurance for online and hybrid courses. And the Chancellor's Office provides some really good support. They're very interested in developing quality assurance for online and hybrid courses, as well as face-to-face courses, of course. And they've provided funding ranging about 15 to 20,000 each year that each campus, there are 23 campuses that they can apply for. And our campus matches the funds anywhere from 15 to 20,000 and up. Based on each year we provide a request, a proposal for the grant, and to describe our efforts. And we've been doing this for about 5 years, and it's been slow developing. The Chancellor's Office also provides a variety of support, such as other programs for course redesign. They provide quality assurance mentors, courses, and there are also grants for faculty to apply for. Sac State, we as a team of quality assurance mentors help the faculty through our Center for Teaching and Learning, and we provide support for courses and through faculty learning communities. We also are interested in supporting, the development of quality at the course through research efforts. A little bit about Sac State. There's about 23 campuses. It's the 11th oldest, 6th largest. Of course, we're in the capital. They call it the City of Trees. There's 7 colleges and also a continuing education college. There's quite a few students on campus, about 31,000. We are a Hispanic and Asian, Native American campus. We're very diverse on campus. And a little bit of trivia. I didn't know this, but we once had a president named James Bond back in 72 through 78. So CSU, I think we jumped over a slide here.
Sorry, Mark, let me go back.
Yeah.
It seems like it only works with my mouse.
The Chancellor's Office provides a few different tools and also provides an effort that's statewide where any student, any CSU student can take a fully online course at any of the 23 campuses. And this effort is to help with graduation rates in case courses are full. And, the goal is to expand enrollment opportunities. And there are some requirements for students to take a fully online course. They must have completed 1 term on campus. They must be enrolled on their own campus as full-time students. So this is an effort that really has driven, kind of from the bottom or top, you could look at it, efforts to improve the quality across the campus with the fully online courses. So there's a variety of rubrics, but of course, we're at a conference here of, that Quality Matters support. Our system supports 2 types of rubrics, the Quality Matters rubric, which we use at Sac State, and also the CSU system has created their own rubric called the COLT rubric. And with most of us probably are pretty aware of the Quality Matters rubric. It has 42 standards, eight general standards that cover the range of teaching and learning, practically in any course that you would take. I think one thing I often tell faculty is that, you know, with Quality Matters, what we're really doing is looking at the quality of learning and teaching in your course. The Quality Matters rubric is focused on course design primarily. And a difference, the reason they developed a COLT rubric with the CSU system, because they wanted to look at instructing. So it's similar to the Quality Matters rubric, except for it focuses also the additional focus on teaching or instruction. And they also have a rubric for mobile platform readiness. So there are some differences between the tools, but we primarily use Quality Matters rubric, but we do inform and educate, provide education about the COLT rubric on our campus as well. And, you know, we have some data we just wanted to share with you about, you know, to share, you know, the number of courses that we're looking at supporting. And you can see the data has been increasing, dropped a little bit in this spring, but actually we know that definitely that will be increasing the data for the number of courses that are online. But it has been increasing every year, and you can see the number of students as well. So we have, that's about approximately 10% of the students, a little bit, you know, maybe a little bit over 10% for the fall. So that's a good chunk of our campus has been teaching the courses either online or hybrid.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the next few slides. So as Mark said, we do have quite a bit of courses and students participating in online. And we do think this is actually an underestimation because some faculty are already teaching hybrid, but maybe not reporting it in a formal way. And we know that you know, we're 100% virtual now with what's happening, and we're going to be completing online through the summer as well. So now we're going to get into just the nitty-gritty of what we do as a team, and to get into our strategies, and hopefully that this could help you, and we'll hope to learn from you as well. So these are the main big goals that we have. One of the things we wanted to do was to make sure that our faculty are trained in quality assurance, either as instructors and hopefully as mentors, like all of us on the team. And another thing that we wanted to, this is an ongoing, I think we can all relate to this, is getting institutional support and having a structure where we can, you know, really instill this kind of philosophy throughout the campus, and getting more people involved in terms of QM certification and thinking about their courses and how to really design for best practices. And then we are also mandated to utilize data to look at how we're doing and whether it's effective. Are we making a difference in terms of student outcomes? And I think the action research and data analytics can be challenging because, as we know, it's hard to kind of infer cause and effect unless you do rigorous, randomized control trials. So this is something that we're working to hone in on. So as we're looking at these goals, one of the first things we wanted to do is look at data, you know, what's currently happening. So at the beginning of this academic year, we wanted to see, now I want to preface by saying this is a QA team is an ongoing process at our campus. So we've had different leaders in the past who've done great work at getting Quality Matters into our institution, getting the courses in and advertising this to our faculty. But if we look at Sacramento State, so this is a graph that shows all the 23 campuses, we did pretty well in terms of having faculty participating in quality assurance courses. And then as you can see, the blue line is QM and the red is COLT. So there seems to clearly be a preference for QM at our campus. And so we're doing pretty good there. So this shows that done a good job at getting the word out about these professional development courses and getting people to sign up. But then when we looked at how many of our courses, so we have all these people trained, so how many of them are actually implementing this, and how would we know this, right? So one of the, as we know, the gold standard is to get your course QM certified. This is a very rigorous peer review process that we know that your course has met the highest standards. And when we looked at this in September, we noticed that we're lagging behind other campuses. So people are getting training and they're clearly teaching online, but we're not really sure the quality of those courses. And one of the ways people can demonstrate that is through certification. So how do you address this gap? So we know there seems to be like, the training's going well, but we're not sure what's happening in between. So using the logic model approach, and this is very much like backward design. So you look at the right hand as the ultimate outcome that you want, is student having access to high quality courses. So then we also just looked at, what are the inputs? What are the things, the resources, the people that we have that could make this happen? And then the activities, and then some of the short, medium, and long-term outcomes. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail of this because I think it will make sense when Corinne goes through the 3 levels of approaches that we're taking. But as you can see, we don't have a standalone online teaching department. So a lot of what we do has to be collaboratively with our Center for Teaching and Learning, with our technology department, and making sure that we have incentives for faculty to participate. And really our goal is to get more people not just taking QM courses, but doing those self-reviews, getting their courses certified, and then having some sort of policy, an institutional policy where people are rewarded or recognized for doing this and getting support for doing this. So our activities are mainly focused around these 4 circles that you see, and we're kind of hovering around students. So the ultimate goal is student success, and our provost is very much in line with this philosophy as well. As Mark has mentioned, we want students to graduate, right? We want them to be successful. And online teaching, as I think I'm preaching to the choir, it's a very different pedagogy and approach, teaching online and face-to-face. So one of the things that we do, of course, ongoing is the QM courses. And these have been ongoing, and we have these standard beginning courses that we offer every semester and during the summer that people can participate free of cost. It's to faculty, it does cost us, but it's free to the faculty. We also have faculty mentoring, and this is very much in conjunction with our faculty learning community. So this happens formally and informally. So our quality assurance team, we advertise ourselves as experts with QM certifications and knowledge of online teaching. But a lot of us also interact with our colleagues within our colleges and provide informal mentoring that way. Our faculty learning communities, this is through the Center for Teaching and Learning. And what we've done this year is we've really created special FLC just for online and teaching. So focusing on, those faculty who have a higher interest and motivated to get their courses improved. And then we have course reviews. So this is the informal, internally, and then formal reviews. So we do all of these 4 things, but how we target them, and we have to be very strategic because again, I think context matters a lot. So looking at the data that we had in terms of looking at the readiness and the structure that we currently have, this is how we approach it. So one of the things that clearly that has to happen is collaboration. And I know this may seem intuitive, but at our institution, it hasn't always been this way. We're still working on this collaboration. And I think having a team like the quality assurance team, and we're very interdisciplinary, as you notice, we have Corinne and Deborah, and Mark and I are all from very different disciplines. And we work closely with the Center for Teaching and Learning, who is kind of the umbrella, department in terms of providing teaching support. And then we're also making sure that our IRT department is involved in this, because they do really a lot of the technology and the work around our LMS, Canvas, teaching and training is through IRT. So with that, I am going to hand over to Corinne. She's going to talk more about this 3-level approach that we've been doing.
Thank you, Michelle. So yes, as Michelle mentioned, we have a collaborative approach. We have a 3-tiered approach. We have ongoing training and support, where we support faculty at various levels through their courses, consultations, mentoring, faculty learning communities, which we call FLCs, and the LMS templates which were designed. Our highest interest is among faculty there with the FLCs. We also have peer reviews. Our QA team serves as QM reviewers and coordinators. So support for faculty toward QM certification is established there for their courses. We've gone from 2 to 5 QM certified courses in less than 1 academic year. We also, as our 3rd tier, groom leaders and mentors. So we've increased the number of QM peer reviewers and master reviewers. So support for faculty and staff in developing their leadership roles within and external to the campus is important to us. We've also thought about and brainstormed, more as we've developed more mentors, how do we motivate the faculty to become interested in QM certification and certify their courses. We've also asked ourselves, how do we get more faculty to complete and not just apply to QM professional development? So we've come up with a few ideas, some more aligned with intrinsic and extrinsic factors. So extrinsic motivations could be providing stipends for training when a course is Quality Matters certified. Also, we could establish an institutional policy requiring that faculty are trained in QM or at least have completed some sort of online teaching professional development. Other courses have, other colleges I should say, have done this, but this is also a challenge for us. Also, intrinsic motivations. As mentioned here, we do support faculty at various levels. So this may mean faculty will feel competent as they grasp what they need to know. We could provide a high, mid, or low QM training model. Also for faculty who are already online, have already had online teaching experience or student experience, we could individualize QM training, providing more autonomy because they already know what they need to learn. So this would be beneficial for those who are experienced. We could also provide training opportunities focused on each of the QM standards in separate sessions. So we're just providing ideas to motivate faculty to keep going. We could also provide various training opportunities when they have more time to devote to building online courses. So between semesters, perhaps even paying them, which is also a good motivator, extrinsic motivator. And this is in the time of immediate need or training. We could also increase the peer-to-peer support as faculty develop their courses for QM review. We mentioned this is one of our challenges. Instructors and mentors may provide honest, constructive feedback to their colleagues in a timely manner and provide encouragement. We could also continue to provide QM training for faculty who are in the process of moving online. So this would also be in the time of immediate need for training supports. So in the spirit of collecting data, we could perhaps survey faculty to gauge their feelings of competency when they're able to apply what they've learned during QM training. So maybe after the first or second semester of their actual teaching is complete, we could ask them how we can address their individual needs for additional training.
Just real quick insertion. So I just want to highlight to everybody that if you notice the green bar, the ongoing training, that's what we've been doing in the past. And I have to really commend our QA team. We really this year has focused on the blue and the red sections because we realized that, you know, meeting just one type of audience is not enough. At first we thought, do we meet the high level, you know, instructors or the beginner? We realized you really need a holistic approach in making sure that you meet beginners, mid-range, and high levels. And how do you, you know, apply those activities for each of those groups?
Thank you, Michelle. So other facilitating factors, having qualified faculty to serve and staff also to serve as mentors. Also supporting, having support from the Center for Teaching and Learning and collaborating with our other campus partner, the Academic Technology Division. And so this is also a great opportunity to break down those silos across our campus and encourage everyone to be QM certified and have knowledge within that capacity. So some more challenges. The institutionalization of QA processes has not happened yet. And there's also no minimum requirements for QA training for faculty teaching online or hybrid. So not just QA trainings, but any kind of online teaching trainings. So that would be beneficial, of course, at least to have a bare minimum of that. We also have a limited number of staff to provide one-on-one faculty support. So increasing those numbers, especially in a time like this, would be really helpful. Also, we need more funding to increase this capacity. So of course, you know, the big ticket there is having the funding available and hiring qualified faculty and staff. Thank you.
I know we're out of time now, and we were going to add an interactive portion of the program, but I just want to leave you with the final thoughts that we've been talking here about how to get ready to offer a quality online experience for students. But how do you know that you are ready or near ready? Because the Quality Matters tells us that just having a good course design does not mean there's a quality learning experience. The faculty has to be ready, the students have to be ready, your institution has to be ready, not only with physical structures such as the learning management system, but also with technical support for students, staff, and faculty. So I just want to leave you with a question that you can take home and ponder with you. How do you determine readiness at your institution?
Hi, Jillian. Are we out of time? Thank you so much. Anyway, but I don't know if we have time, but maybe has any questions. Debbie has been fielding questions in the chat box.
Thank you all. Yes, we'll take a look at the questions here in the chat box now.